So Gavin here, welcome back to another MotoGP 17 video, and yep, the game's now back on a Thursday, and today's video is going to be, we're going to be doing two different videos again, kind of like what I did on Tuesday, where I'm going to be talking about two different riders that are not in MotoGP anymore, if you don't know. Trying to ignore that in the background. It's basically, it's just a group that I'm in that's ringing, so yeah, just trying to ignore that. So basically, I'm going to be talking about a rider that's not in MotoGP anymore, basically, who is not in anymore, and I know that he wasn't in this season, but I just thought I could talk about it, and that is Dani Pedrosa. And now Dani Pedrosa is a brilliant guy, and yeah, he's brilliant, so I thought we could do a video about him, of kind of how he's getting on, and why he's not in MotoGP. So Dani Pedrosa decided to retire from MotoGP. I don't know what it was for. Apparently he retired last year, and and he gave away his Honda because he didn't want to really bother going on another bike. So he basically just retired completely. He didn't go on another MotoGP bike or anything like that. And it was actually Jorge Lorenzo that took his place, by the way. So it was not good for him, and it was not very good. So so basically Dani Pedrosa has now retired from racing, and I know it's very, very unfair that he's retired because he's a good rider, and obviously he's been riding on the Repsol Honda for, well, it's been ages now. I think since 2008, so I know it's been more than that. I think it's 2007, I think he's been riding the Repsol Honda for. I think that's how long he's been in MotoGP, so he's been in it for a long time. And then obviously in 2006 he was in Moto2, so yeah, he's been in it for a long time. He's been in it for a long time with Repsol Honda, and that's always been his bike. Like, obviously he's not really bothered with any other bikes or anything like that, because I know that the plan for him is, I think he was supposed to be testing for the KTM for this season, but unfortunately it never happened. He basically never got the contract for it, basically. So that's why they didn't let him bother, basically. So yeah, he basically never got the contract in the end for KTM. And yeah, Dani Pedrosa is one of them riders where he's very smooth on himself. And yeah, he's a very nice rider. Obviously, I've been using him kind of a few times on that. But yeah, he's a nice rider, basically, and I do respect him. Hopefully he does have a good life of not racing in MotoGP, and it's kind of going to be a bit of a shame because I have missed him so far of not racing. Oh yeah, we're doing Aragon, by the way, that's what we're doing. His home circuit. We are going to be missing him. I have actually missed him this season for not racing in MotoGP, and obviously when we get into next year, it'll be his second time of not racing. Because in the whole of this season he didn't even test anyway, so it's quite surprisingly that he's not been testing. But I don't even know when he's going to be testing, because I don't really know when he actually will be. Like, we don't actually really know whether he will. So, because obviously now, if he's like fully retired, like, he's not racing. If he's fully retired, like, he's fully retired from MotoGP, really. So he's not going to bother really racing now, is he, really? So I think he's just completely fully retired, really. So yeah, but hopefully he's enjoying his time of whatever he's doing. We just wish him all the best of luck. He does actually still post stuff on Twitter. I do follow him on there. So I know that he did tweet out. He tweeted out last year saying about that he was going to retire from MotoGP. I did read that tweet, and apparently I wasn't very happy about it, because I actually thought he was going to be in it for a little bit longer, which I was actually a bit shocked about, because I thought he was going to be in it for a little bit of a while. But he just made his choice, and he decided to not race anymore. He just decided to basically kind of leave it off and just give it to someone else, and that's what he did. He gave it to Jorge Lorenzo, and I know that Jorge's been really struggling with it this season as well. So it's kind of just a very sort of use, really. And as I said, that's the decision he's made. And as I said, he's been in it for a long time, and I'm actually glad he's retired because he's been in it for a while. He's been. I know he's not been winning lately. I know that obviously a lot of the finishes he's been having. Like he's had a lot of finishes in the top 10. Yeah, when you go back to 2018, with like all the finishes he's been having, like they've been pretty cool. Like all the finishes. Obviously, he's been finishing in the top 10 a few times. I'm not going to really talk about the below top 10s really. I'm just going to talk about the top ones. Yeah, all the top 10 finishes he's had, he's been kind of cool. He's been having some really good top 10s. And I know that he's not won a race in a while. I don't even know when he won his last race. Yeah, I don't even know when he won his last race. I don't even really know when he won it. Yeah, I don't even know when it were. It must have been like ages ago, maybe. I'm not sure what year it was, but I know that I can remember he did have his win. So I can't remember actually when that were. But yeah, I know that he's not won a race in a long time, and obviously the year that he did have in MotoGP last year was a very good year, and it was going to end his time anyway, and that's what he's kind of done really, because that is kind of up to him really. And as I said at the moment, like it's been pretty lonely without him really. I'm not sure whether he's been missing it himself. I know that he's not going to be coming back because he said that he was going to retire, and he is actually over 30 now as well. So there's technically really no point of basically really going back to MotoGP because like he's over 30 now, and to be honest with you at the moment, like there's really no point really. So I know that I don't really respect him really, but that's the decision he's kind of been made, and he might maybe still come and watch MotoGP at some point. Like obviously he might not be watching every round. He possibly might be like coming to some rounds, and then he might be doing his own thing on the next round and stuff like that. It's kind of been what some of the other riders do as well. I know that I think Colin Edwards does it a few times when he's on MotoGP. He sometimes doesn't come sometimes on some rounds. So that's probably what Dani Pedrosa is probably going to do if he does end up coming along and chatting to the guys. But it's going to be quite interesting though. But I don't really know, to be honest. Like maybe he might end up doing that or anything like that. But yeah, that's kind of a sleep. But at the moment though, like it's technically up to him whether he is going to do it or not. Or maybe he's just got other plans, or maybe he's just going to be doing something else, or something like that, or maybe he's going to just maybe find something new, or something like that. But at the moment, though, it's technically up to him of what he does, so let's kind of see how that goes. But yeah, hopefully he does end up just enjoying his life, and hopefully just rings the shine on the bells, and hopefully just enjoys himself and of whatever he's doing. And yeah, just let him just enjoy his life and yeah, just do it from there and just kind of see what happens and stuff like that. But yeah, overall he is a brilliant rider, and yeah, we really respect him basically because he's been in it for a while now, and obviously all the podiums he's been having and stuff have been brilliant as well, so they've been all good. But yeah, as I said, he's been having some really good results, some really good podiums and stuff like that, so they've all been good. And yeah, all of them have been pretty good and stuff like that. And obviously, like real life MotoGP, the podiums have not been too bad in that either, and obviously in the game as well. So, but yeah, we just wish him all the best of luck. Hopefully, he does do something else in the future. Don't know whether he will be, or maybe he might be proper retiring completely now and stuff like that. Like he might be doing that possibly. But yeah, we don't really know really what he's going to be doing, so let's kind of see what happens. But hopefully he does end up thinking of something he's going to do, and just something that he plans, and yeah, just kind of just do it from there really. And yeah, as I said, he is a brilliant rider, so let's kind of see what happens of what he's doing. but yeah, let's kind of see what he does in that and brings it to victory and stuff like that. So, but yeah, overall, he is a brilliant rider, and we do really respect him as well from doing his own thing and stuff, which is pretty awesome as well. So that is really good. And yeah, let's kind of see what he does from there, and see what happens. So yeah, but yeah, overall he's nice and he's brilliant. So yeah, quite a nice rider and stuff like that. And yeah, just a brilliant rider. In it for a long time as well, and that. And yeah, just been a very nice rider. And as I said, he's obviously, when he's been getting his wins, he's been pretty good. He's been getting his cheers on as well, which has been pretty good as well. So he's been getting done on that. So yeah, he's been doing quite good. Obviously, when he gets his wins, he's always very, very cheerful and that when he always gets his wins as well. So that's pretty much all right. But yeah, he's pretty good and pretty awesome. And yeah, hopefully he just ends up doing his own thing in the future. Like that possibly might end up happening anyway. But let's kind of see how that goes, whether he's going to be doing that or not. But yeah, hopefully he does end up respecting his own thing and that, and stuff like that. Yeah, let's kind of see what happens and stuff. Maybe he's going to be doing that and stuff like that. But it's kind of mainly up to him whether he's going to be doing that or not. Whether he will come to MotoGP or maybe he will just come to some rounds and stuff like that. Like maybe he might end up doing that. But yeah, as I said, that's technically up to him anyway. Whether he will end up doing that. But yeah, let's see what happens and stuff like that. But yeah, he is a good rider, and as I said, been in it for a long time, and he's shown off some great racing, basically. Yeah, there's some really good racing he's been doing, and stuff like that. And yeah, just some very, 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 very good racing. And yeah, just some very good racing. And some very good finishes as well. Not like that much close finishes. Like, I know that like back in the past he did have some close finishes. Like, there were some close finishes in the past he had. So they were quite good. But yeah, some of them he's been having quite recently have not been very good finishes, basically. Like most of them have not been very good ones. And yeah, they've all not been very good. But yeah, some of them he's been having, by the way, like back in the past, like when you go back to quite a while ago, when you go back to then. Yeah, some of them were pretty good in basically some of the finishes that he had and stuff were just pretty good in that. And yeah, like they were pretty awesome. So, but the moment the ones he's having right now have not been very good ones. Obviously, they've all not been that great, really. I know that most of them throughout the years have been below 10th place, which has not been good for him. But like at the moment, though, like the Honda is like, I know it's a very strong bike, but one of the things at the moment is it can be very, very strong in one sort of way. Like, it can be alright in one way and not alright in another way, really. But that's kind of what the Honda's normally like. Because basically it's a bike where people can't sort of handle it, and it's just not very good. Well, obviously people can't handle the bike because they can't do it in that sort of way when you think about it. So it's just not very good for them, really, and a lot of people just don't respect the bike that much, and a lot of people don't like it, so it's just not really that interesting, really, to be honest with you, about the bike. But like the bike can be alright in occasional ways, really, but it can't be, basically, because it's just not that interesting, really. But yeah, I do like the Honda normally, though, by the way. Like, if it's kind of alright, I do like it, but it's kind of a bike that I've not really been interested in and stuff like that, and yeah, I think he's been pretty interesting, and let's go and see what happens with him. Obviously, there might be a lot of stuff that kind of happens, but yeah, let's kind of see. But hopefully, he does end up enjoying his retirement in MotoGP, and yeah, maybe one day he might come back, but that's technically up to him, really, whether he will. and yeah, probably might end up seeing him around anyway. So yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it of Dani Pedrosa. I think that's kind of everything that I've kind of spoke about him. So yeah, he has retired from MotoGP, and that's kind of see what happens in the next couple of years. But hopefully something will probably end up happening with him. But that's kind of a see. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video on him anyway. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye.